So today we're going to take a look at how businesses and investors interested in immigrating to the United States are affected under the Trump administration. So as we're sitting here today in the mid-2018, the Trump administration has been in place for about a year and a half, and there have been some significant changes for immigration processes for investors and for businesses in the United States, and then there are other things that haven't changed so much. So in looking at one of the areas where things haven't changed so much is the E-2 visa. Over the last 18 months or so, since the Trump administration has begun processing E-2s, we haven't seen a significant change from consulates. The specific figures aren't in yet overall, but based on our experience in processing a number of E-2s at a variety of consulates around the world, the way that the consulates are processing the E-2 seems to be consistent with how they were doing it before 2017. There's no heightened standard that appears to be applied to this non-immigrant visa for investors into the United States. And similarly here domestically for individuals interested in changing their status within the United States from a student visa or a visitor's visa to an E-2 investor visa are not seeing any increased scrutiny associated with their case. So the good news is for an E-2, certainly there is the need to be extremely careful and diligent with the application, but generally speaking we haven't seen a significant change. However, on the other hand, with respect to the L-1 visa, there has been a significant change, in particular over the last 6 to 9 months in terms of how currently, domestically, we're seeing USCIS approach the L-1 visa, which of course is a transfer for an executive or manager from a foreign company into the United States. And what we have seen is certainly a much higher level of scrutiny, specifically in looking at the role of the foreign national in the company abroad. While previously USCIS used to look at it to some extent, under the current administration, they are certainly looking at it with a fine-tooth comb to determine exactly what role the manager executive played abroad, and in order to demonstrate that there was supervision of professionals and not just general employees, and that the role performed abroad meets the regulations. Additionally, they are further looking at the role that the manager executive intends to play in the United States, also with a large amount of scrutiny. And in particular, they are analyzing the job description and the letter from the employer that is provided for the L-1 visa. We have certainly seen in the community a larger number of requests for evidence, and overall across the country there has been certainly an increase in the number of denials provided for the L-1A visa in particular, as well as the L-1B visa. So for intercompany transferees, which is a visa that has been used for many years, we're seeing much greater scrutiny provided to this visa, and it's certainly more difficult to obtain the L-1 in the Trump era.